Okay, this is fun because it's a step one question, but it's also like about COVID and kind of helps us understand how vaccines work. So, which of the following best describes the primary mechanism of this vaccine? Essentially, what we got here is a 32-year-old woman in a clinical trial for essentially what's like COVID, an emerging viral pathogen. And it consists of a lipid encapsulated mRNA coding for the surface glycoprotein of the virus. And once administered, the mRNA enters the host cells and is translated to the viral protein, which the following best describes the primary mechanism that confers this virus its immunity. Okay, so let's talk about like vaccines, like mRNA vaccines, like COVID, and like this question. They cause temporary side effects because they activate your immune system. But how does that work? Well, you get fever and chills and muscle aches and fatigue because your immune system is literally working on the proteins that the vaccine gives you instructions to make. So the mRNA is translated by the ribosomes in the cytoplasm. And if the protein is meant to be secreted or placed in the cell membrane, like a spike protein, then translation happens on the ribosomes attached to the rough ER. And so the smooth ER doesn't make proteins, right? It helps in lipid metabolism, detoxification. But essentially, we're making these proteins, and the translating the mRNA does not actually cause the side effects. It's the immune system's response to the protein that causes the mild symptoms. So some people have strong reactions, some people don't. But yeah, it's the mRNA vaccine. It uses rough ER to make viral proteins that trains your immune system to fight against it. It's like, hey guys, this protein, remember this, you're gonna need help when this comes to get you. And so the correct answer here, I'm not gonna try to give it away, but is expression of the viral protein in the host cell surfaces, leading to adaptive immune activation. So expression of viral protein, that's gonna be our key reason that this is correct, because we are going to be creating this viral protein on the host surfaces, and that causes the activation of the immune system. So let's look at why the other ones aren't right. Activation of innate immune receptors against the RNA molecules. We'll scroll down here a little bit so we can kind of see why this is wrong. So innate immune responses can be triggered through foreign nucleic acids, but naked mRNA is rapidly degraded by RNAs in the extracellular environment. Okay, so to prevent this, RNA vaccines are encapsulated, and so they just go straight through, and they are uptaken by the cell very easily. So direct immune recognition of these molecules. You don't actually recognize against the molecules, you recognize against the protein that's created, the protein product. So that's the reason why C is wrong. Integration of mRNA into the host genome, it doesn't actually integrate into doesn't even go to the nucleus. And so you're just using the rough ER. It's like, hey, let me borrow that to make proteins that you can fight against. And so that's the reason why the answer is going to be B, because it's delivering the RNA into by RNA encoding a viral antigen like a spike protein. And when it's inside, RNA is translated to viral protein by the ribosomes. And then we have this classic response through the major histocompatibility complex molecules, which stimulates the humoral and the cell-mediated immune responses. And these guys lead to production of the antibodies. So it's really kind of the closest trap answer is going to be the recognition against the RNA molecules itself, because it's not that, it's the protein. But once you get past that, it's not too hard. Hopefully this is helpful. If it was, like and subscribe. If it wasn't, then please let me know how I can improve.